How do you know if someone is worth your time and effort to get to know them? How do you know if you should invest in this person to give them a chance? Dating can be exhausting, especially in today's day and age, with so many people flaking on us, not committing, saying they want one thing, but then they say they want another. It's so confusing. But deep down, we long for love. We want to find our significant other, our partner, the person who we want to share this journey called life with. So we have to sometimes go on these dates to get to know people. But how do we know who's worth our time, our investment? Because there's one thing for sure, that we won't get our time back. And if we waste it on the wrong people, then we may end up regretting this time, and that can be prevented. Choosing a partner is one of the most important decisions we will make, and it's not something that we should take lightly. And I know for me, I've made so many disastrous mistakes in the past that I've had to learn the hard way. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 ways that maybe you can avoid those mistakes. 5 ways that may help you discover if this person is worth your precious time. The first thing is to understand that you are not for everyone, and to not take this personally. I know this sounds a bit harsh, but hear me out. Just like how you have different music tastes, food tastes, the clothes you wear is your own unique style. It's going to be different to the people maybe around you, your friends, etc. Just the same way, people are into different type of people. What attracts one person is going to be completely different to what attracts another person. And we have to come to accept that this is okay, that a rejection, or if someone is not interested in us, to not take it personally. It's just, we're not their cup of tea, and they're probably not our cup of tea. If you really think about it, they're probably doing us a favor. I remember talking to a guy a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about what he's into, what he finds attractive in a woman. And he told me that he's not really into women with the Kim Kardashian big bum. And I was like, what? Really? Like, this is the trend these days. Women have so much pressure to have the curvaceous body. This is, the latest fashion trend, the beauty ideology. So I was kind of a little taken back, pleasantly surprised. It was refreshing to find out that actually men still have different tastes in women. And just the same way, if someone is not into you, it's not a reflection of you. It's not about trying to make everyone like you. It's about finding that one person who you are into and they're into you. There's so many people in this world, we can forget that your quirkiness, your weirdness, the things that you think are strange about you, that you feel insecure, guess what? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Someone will actually like those things about you. And that's how you know that someone is right for you. The second point that I would like to make about avoiding dating mistakes is to understand that what we want and what we need, they're 2 different things. What do I mean by this? I know when we really like someone, when we're attracted to someone, we can get carried away with our wants, the list, the tick list. I'm sure you know what I'm referring to, right? 6 foot tall, dark, handsome, earning a certain salary, having a certain job, living somewhere, the list goes on. We all have our thing, right, that we want. We can forget, actually, when we concentrate so much on these things, and many times it's about external things about someone, the way they look, and oftentimes maybe superficial things. I've been guilty of this many times myself. When we focus on these things that we really desire, sometimes we can forget actually if this person is going to be a good partner to us. Is this person caring? Will this person treat me right? Will they take care of me when I'm sick? How are they making me feel? I've done this so many times. I've fallen into a trap of falling for someone because of the way they look, how they present themselves. Maybe they had a bit of charisma and had fallen for them. But really, truly, what really matters is how this person is making you feel. Are they a good partner? Have they got your back? Can they be your cheerleader? This is what truly matters at the core. I remember dating this guy, and he was really handsome, tall, dark, all of that stuff. And I got carried away, and I was like, this is it. This is the guy for me. He ticks all the boxes. He looks great. He will look great if I introduce him to my friends. It was more of my ego I was trying to entertain. I was thinking of things that actually not that important, that we can get carried away with the things that we want, especially the way someone appears, how they present themselves. And look, I'm not saying don't go for someone who's attractive. I think it's important we find someone attractive to be our partner. What I am saying is, let's not forget what is really important is the things that we need from a partner, from a relationship. And they're two different things, wanting and needing. So this person, going back to the story, I got carried away with the way he looks, and I was just so smitten by him. But when it actually came to our dating experience, he turned out to be a selfish person. He only wanted to pay his share for when we went out for dinner. And, I get some people are into 50-50, but for me, it wasn't very romantic, and I love romance. And he just appeared very selfish, and it was very disappointing in the end. This expectation that I put on him didn't match to the person who he was. He wasn't treating me nicely. He wasn't making me feel like he actually cared about me. So I really want you to consider, next time you're getting to know someone, next time you're getting involved with someone and you think if this person is worth pursuing, think about the way they are treating you, the way they are making you feel. I know that we can get carried away. I've done it so many times. We can concentrate a lot on our attraction to this person based on the way they look and how they present themselves. And I'm not saying don't go for someone attractive and go for someone who's ugly. No, attraction is important. Of course it is. But what's also a lot more important is how they are making us feel. How do I feel with this person? Do they have the qualities of being a good partner? And that's what's more important, more than what we just want. The next point number 3, don't try to convince someone to be with you. What do I mean by this? I mean, if someone is telling you that they don't want a relationship, they only want casual sex, for example, or they just want something really casual, they're not ready to be in a relationship, it's not your job to try and convince someone to be with you, to be in a relationship with you. Quite frankly, I don't think anyone should have to convince anybody to be with one another. Relationship takes work and effort. If you have to convince someone to be in partnership with you, to be in a relationship with you in the beginning, it's not really setting the relationship on the right foot. It's already becoming a challenge. If you have to convince someone to be with you, more likely than not, they are not the right person for you. If someone is telling you that they want a casual relationship, they're not interested in a serious relationship, please take that at face value. It's not your job trying to convince someone to be with you, to see your value, to see your worth. And maybe there are some exceptions. There's exceptions to every rule, but more often than not, when you have to convince someone to be with you, and if you've got them, for example, after trying many times, it's happened to me, you realize that you don't even want them in after you've catched them. That chase, it dies down. And this is not a healthy dynamic. Trying to convince someone to be with you means that you're trying to persuade someone to be with you. And you shouldn't have to persuade. Someone should see you and like you for who you are. And it's better that you want the same things, which moves me on to the next point, which is point number 4, is how do you avoid dating mistakes? How do you avoid wasting your time with someone, your precious time? Point number 4 is to ask the question, do you both want the same thing in a relationship? Are you on the same page? What you want out of life? Do you want similar things? Do you value similar things? Are you compatible with one another? Liking one another, even being in love is not enough to create a healthy, compatible relationship. What do I mean by this? I know when we really like someone, we can get swept off our feet and we feel like this is it. This is all I need in my world. This love, this sparkling, this sensational feeling in my stomach and the butterflies, that's all I want. But eventually that feeling will die down after 6 months of being together, when reality kicks in, when the normal day-to-day, after the honeymoon phase is over. The real thing that actually matters is your compatibility with one another. And this is more than love. Compatibility means, do you want the same things in life? If one person wants to start a family and the other person doesn't, and they want to party every weekend, that's going to be very hard to make that work. If one person wants to travel around the world and the other person wants to just stay in one place, there's a mismatch. And this is what it means to ask whether you want the same things. If you're on the same page, fine. If you're into different things, if you want different things in life, where you see yourself, if that's completely different in 5 years down the line, and the things you want out of life, what you value, the way you see money, all of these things, if they're not in alignment, then you're probably wasting your time with this person. And I know I've fallen a victim to this. When we really like someone, we can forget, we can compromise on the things that really matter to us and the things that we value because we really like someone. But trust me, more often than not, this will create resentment. And this is eventually going to surface at some stage. So it's better that you find out if the things that you want are in alignment in the beginning, rather than waste your time a year down the line and then find out that actually you're not compatible. The next point is point number 5, how to stop wasting your time with someone, how to know if this person is worth your time when you're dating, getting to know this person, is not to lose yourself in a relationship. This one, I think we can all fall victim to. When we really, really like someone, we can put what they want, what they like, their interest on top of ours. We make it convenient for them. We do what they want. And then sooner or later, we can lose ourselves. We can lose our identity in the relationship. I know I've done it in the past. There was one guy who I dated, and I remember he was really into cricket and I wasn't really into cricket, but I made the effort to go to cricket shows with him, even to another country. And eventually I realized that it was me who was doing most of the giving. It was me who was making compromises on my wants and my desires. And this can unfortunately create an expectation sometimes from the other person, especially if they're not reciprocating. It's you that will end up giving up all your desires, your hobbies, your interest for this person. And you'll end up resenting the relationship because you forgot who you are, the person who you are, your interests, your hobbies. And I'm not saying don't compromise, don't participate in each other's interests. No, of course, it's nice if someone makes effort to get to know to get to understand what you are into. That's what relationship is about. Compromises, give and take. What I am saying is when you continuously sacrifice your own desires, your passions, who you want to become for this relationship, for this one person, more than likely this is going to create a unhealthy dynamic. Sooner or later, this will start showing up. You will start having resentment that you've had to give up on the person who you wanted to become. The right person is going to encourage you to pursue your dreams and the things that you desire. They're not going to make you feel like you have to lose yourself in the relationship, give up everything that you once liked for that person. That's being selfish. They'll understand that you are your own person. You have your own dreams and your own aspirations, and they will be your cheerleader. They've got your back and they will support you and encourage you to go towards the direction that you want to go to. These are my 5 suggestions. Let me know if you'd like to add anything to avoid dating mistakes. Have you had any dating mistakes that you can contribute to this video? I'd love to hear from you. Comment below. I hope you're all doing really well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye.